Is your Electrolux 400, 500, or 600 series washing machine not working properly? Diagnose the issue yourself before you contact a repairman. Let me show you how. The first thing we want to do is push the power button to power on the machine. Make sure it's on the normal wash. Press the start button and immediately power off the washing machine. Then power the washing machine back on, and within 10 seconds press the temperature and select buttons at the same time and hold them in, and now you'll see it go into diagnostic mode. You'll see all the lights cycling through to show that the LEDs are working properly. You will rotate the dial clockwise to go through the different testing modes. There's 13 testing modes. The second test is the wash compartment. It locks the door and checks for the hot valve, and it stays on until the water level reaches 140 millimeters. Then the door remains locked for 5 minutes. Test number 3 is the bleach compartment. Once again, it locks the door and checks the bleach valve. The valve stays on until the water level reaches 140 millimeters. Then the door remains locked for 5 minutes. Test number 4 is the softener compartment. It checks the door lock, the pre-wash valve, and the bleach valve. The valve stays on until the water level reaches 140 millimeters, then the door remains locked for 5 minutes. Test number 5 is the stain compartment. It tests the door lock and the pre-wash valve. The valve stays on until the water level reaches 140 millimeters, and the door stays locked for 5 minutes. Test number 6 is the wash compartment. It tests the door lock and the cold valve, and the valve stays on until the water reaches 140 millimeters, and it remains locked for 5 minutes. Number 7 is the door unlock. It'll test the drum light, and it'll show that the light turns on when the door is open. Test number 8 is the heater and motor. It'll test the pressure sensor, cold valve, motor, heater, NTC, door lock, and drum light. The motor moves after the machine fills with 60 millimeters of water. The heater heats it until it reaches 70 degrees centigrade. The test takes 8 minutes. You'll need a power meter to check the heater functionality. Test number 9 is recirculation pump. This doesn't work on the 400 series. It tests the recirculation pump, pressure sensor, cold valve, motor, door lock, and drum light. The motor moves after the machine fills with 140 millimeters of water. The recirculation pump turns on. The maximum duration of that test is 8 minutes. Test number 10, the concentrate wash pump. That test doesn't exist on the 400 and 500 series. It tests the concentrate wash pump, door lock, and drum light. Concentrate wash pump turns on for a maximum of 5 minutes. You need the power meter to check the concentrate water pump functionality. Test number 11, the drain pump and spin. It's going to test the drain pump, the motor, and the door lock. Drain pump turns on until empty, then the motor starts spinning at a maximum RPM for 30 seconds. The door remains locked for 6 minutes. Test number 12, all valves on. It tests the door lock and all valves. The valve stays on until the water level reaches 140 millimeters. The door remains locked for 5 minutes. And number 13, which is probably where you want to go first before you actually start any of these other tests, unless if you really want to see if they will all do everything, it's your error history. just like your car or a lot of the electronics today, they have an ability to save error messages. So once we turn the dial to position 13, we could check the error history. It'll show you the last 3 errors in the memory. The memories are displayed in order of most recent one, then to older. And you'll see the code, it'll flash E, and then whatever the number is. In my particular instance, I have E38 error code saved, which I look at that and it says air trap clogged. At the end of my video here, I have all the information regarding the error codes and diagnostic tests. So please check them out and freeze frame them if you need to. You'll get all the information that you need to help you figure out what issue you have with your washer. So this way, you know whether it's a small part that you can replace yourself or if it's something you need to bring a technician in for. A lot of this stuff, once you actually get into the washer, is pretty plug and play to swap out different things. If you're having a draining issue in particular, check out my other video where you can see the issues I had regarding a hose, or to actually find where the strainer basket is for the filter, so this way you can check that and clean it if you have a problem with that. And to exit out of testing and diagnostics mode, all we need to do is push the power button to turn it off or unplug the unit. If this was of any value to you, please share, like, and subscribe. Good luck with your washer. Oh, one other thing I want to point out. If you're having an issue where it doesn't seem like your clothes are dry, it could be a balance issue. If your washer has a lot of stuff in it, it could actually be throwing it out of balance where it's not rinsing everything appropriately, where it spins up and then it decides to slow down because it's out of balance. So simply pausing your washer and moving things around and turning it back on to continue with the cycle will help fix that sometimes. Like I said, please share, like, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.